Welcome back to this edition of Grizzlies Daily. I'm your host Malik. We got a lot to talk about. Yeah, let's just talk about it. Literally, I kid y'all not even an hour after yesterday's upload, it came out that Ja Morant suffered an ankle injury in practice, and he is considered week to week. Now, the injury happened during practice on Sunday. Um, so that was something that was something that caught me off guard. I caught a lot of people off guard because now there's a possibility that Ja may not be ready by the season opener. There's a possibility, not ruling it out, but there's a possibility. Obviously, season over isn't until 2 weeks, so you got time to recover. And I saw something that seemed promising. Basically, Ja was on the bench for yesterday's preseason game, but he was not wearing a boot. This was shared. He was not wearing a boot, so that's something that is promising. It is very promising, so it's not the worst thing in the world. Although it is sometimes, it was definitely frustrating. I can't lie. It was definitely frustrating because it's like we were all ready. We were ready for 12 to come back, be ready, and even see him in action. But um, honestly, does Ja Morant really need to play preseason? Let's be honest, he doesn't really need to play preseason. So that's something that I think it just, let's just be real. He doesn't need to play preseason, so we can look past that. For being honest, but good news is he's not in the boot, so I think with some rest, I think he should be good by October 22nd. I think he should be good, and we could put this kind of behind us. So let's talk about this game because I was at the game working. Feel y'all actually saw me. Shout out to y'all, man. Um, I caught what I could. I caught what I could, and I went off word of mouth, and I looked at the stats. So if you didn't know, the Grizzlies lost to the Pistons 128 to 112. Everything was going fine, actually. I kid y'all not, everything was going fine. In that first quarter, I was kind of surprised with how good we were playing. We were up 24 to 4, we were up 42 to 24. Everything was good. But then Detroit drops 50 in the second quarter. And after that point, the Grizzlies just never got it going. So, let's talk about it. I'm looking at the stats right now. Things that kind of threw me off. Turnovers seem to be a bit of an issue. Now, granted, I'm not gonna take all of this serious right now because this is preseason. This is the first game in a long time for some of these guys, and it's the first game for a lot of these guys in a Grizzlies uniform. So I'm not gonna really be as big on this game as I usually am with games. It's not what it is. It's not really like that big a deal to me. Um, Points in the paint though, that's something that has to change. I can't even lie. Like I can't. We can't sugarcoat that part. And even Thomas Isolo said that. Yeah, he said rim protection is going to be something. Yeah, actually, yeah, I have it right here. The tweet. Thomas Isolo mentioned that it's going to take a team effort for Memphis to be better with rim protection and rebounding while missing some of the key bigs, and that clearly showed. And the thing is, outside of rebound and reputation, the Grizzlies didn't necessarily play bad. They just struggled a lot. I mean, 64 points in the paint is not good. That's half. Detroit got half of their points in the paint. That's not a good sign. Um, Rebounding wise, I believe the Grizzlies actually fared well with it. I'm I'm on NBA.com and their outline is just weird. So the Grizzlies lost the rebounding battle by oh my, okay, never mind. I take back what I said. The Grizzlies lost the rebounding battle by a lot. They lost it 55 to 38. Clearly missing Zach Edey, but I also saw some lineups that were a little small ball, so it just kind of didn't help some guys. You saw guys out there that just weren't really, fit for the lineup, I will say, but it's preseason, you're trying things out, so I don't know how I feel about that. Um, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope and Ty Jerome played good, actually. They played really good. Caldwell-Pope with 15. He hit 3 of 5 from 3 and shot 6 of 10 for the field. Ty Jerome played really good. 5 of 9 with 2 threes, 16 points, and 3 assists, 4 rebounds, and 2 steals. Pretty good game out of Ty Jerome. I can't complain about him. Scottie Pippen Jr. played a solid game, and PJ Hall also played a pretty good game. We're going to talk about him later in the video, but he played a pretty good game. Everybody else though kind of struggled for the bit. Santi played all right. I wish I kind of saw more out of him, but he played all right. He played his role. Everybody else, GG played solid, although GG still has some concerns for me that just stick out. Same with Vince Williams Jr. I mean, looking at them, I didn't watch the game, so I don't know how much of this was them to blame. But minus 18 for Vince, minus 10 for GG. Cam Spencer minus 15. I don't know exactly how that defense looked. It didn't look promising. And Scottie Pippen Jr. minus 30. So the defense was really, really getting kicked out there. So I have to watch back and see what really happened right there, because that just didn't look good at all. I can't lie. But yeah, not really like the craziest thing, if I'm being honest. It just is what it is. But yeah, let's talk about the man who we really came to see for this preseason game, Cedric Coward. Um, Not a good stat line. It's not a good stat line at all. I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. It's not a good stat line. Cedric Coward in 18 minutes, 0 of 7 from the field. 1 point that he got from a free throw. He did have 5 rebounds, steal, and 3 fouls. Um, I gotta be honest. It's not good. It's not good. We're not gonna act like it's just no, it's not good. But I will say this is his first game in a calendar year, so we have to keep that in mind. Um, but yeah, I mean, you just got to look past it. I mean, he still looks promising. It's just a lot that goes into a game like that. Definitely don't want to jump the gun just because it's his first game, but it's still promising. And even he said it himself. I got some post game sound right here that you guys can listen to. So take a listen.
Does that feel like your first real basketball game in 11 months?
Oh, for sure. I think like ultimately the biggest thing on the, I guess if you look at the box score is, obviously the shots. I didn't make. I think I made a free throw today. It's still first NBA point, but at the same time, it's just getting back in the rhythm of things. But ultimately, playing our brand of basketball is the main thing. I'm going to watch the film, learn from that. The shots for me isn't a concern. I put in too much work to be worried about it now. And talking to all my teammates, they still believe me. I still believe myself. My coach still believes me. So, like I told him, as soon as one goes in, then we'll be good.
Oh, there you have it right there. Sorry, it didn't unmute yourself. Yeah, I mean that's just the right mentality he has to have. It's just one game at a time. He's gonna get adjusted to the court. He's gonna get adjusted to how things are on the floor and just move forward. So I'm still promise. I'm still got some promise by him. I will say the shoulder injury. I don't know exactly how much it affected his jumper, but you can definitely tell it kind of messed with him mentally to overthink some of those jumpers, and I really think that's what it was. It's just he was just overthought it a bit, but yeah, it's just something that he's gonna learn. He's gonna learn ahead of time. He'll learn it as it goes. But yeah, Cedric Howard, not the greatest game, but hopefully we see something different. And just an update real quick. Javon Small did not play because of personal reasons, but he should be able to rejoin the team on Wednesday to play. So if you wonder why Javon Small didn't play, that's why. Just thought I should throw that out there. But before we get out of here, something that did happen in the preseason game that I do want to talk about, because even though it was a loss and not a good loss, there's some credit that still has to go. So yeah, Jock Landale and PJ Hall, they played pretty good offensively and somewhat defensively. So Jock Landale, 8 points. Well, no, 9 points. Excuse me. 7 rebounds. 1 steal, 1 block. Made 2 threes. So not a bad game. I like what Jock Landale did on the court. Obviously, you wish these guys would do more, but at the end of the day, it's preseason. But he did what he should on the court, so I would give props to him on that. PJ Hall, he looked kind of promising. I can't lie. 4 of 7, 2 or 3 from 3, 10 points, 3 rebounds, 3 steals. That was also good. But he did get 5 fouls, but that's because, the front court depth right now is just not that good. So he was kind of left on the island against Detroit bigs, and Detroit's bigs are miles better than what we have right now. So got to call it out for what it is. But I liked what I saw from them. And I think it's a system that I think will not only benefit them, but it benefits Izolo, because you got a guy in Jock Landale who's played in the Euros, who understands how most offensive schemes look in Europe. And now that Izolo's bringing that over, I think it definitely brings not only a sigh of relief for Izolo, but a sigh of relief for the players, for a guy that knows the system like that. So it's something to keep in mind. But it's just the first preseason game, and obviously we'll come to more analysis when more games come out. But that's really all I got from this game. Not really too much to think about. Obviously, you wish a guy like Jalen Wells didn't really shoot that well, but it's preseason. If there's a time to find your jumper, it's right now. So that's all it is. Just you got to take it with a grain of salt when it comes to preseason, especially the first game. So just got to let it happen. But that's going to be a wrap for this edition of Grizzlies Daily. I really appreciate y'all for tuning in. And like I said, shout out to the people that came up to me during the game. Really appreciate y'all for doing that. That actually made me feel pretty good about myself. So really appreciate y'all for telling me that y'all be tapped into these videos. It's nice to see y'all, and I hope to see y'all more throughout the season. But if you like this video, make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and turn on post notifications so you get notified when tomorrow's video comes out. But that's for this edition. My name is Melek, and I'll be signing off.